Today I'm reviewing the DioField Chronicle. As you can see, I have New Game Plus. I've already beat the game, first to beat the game, at least on Xbox. Overall, the game is very good. It's the best turn-based game I've seen in a long time. Now, I'm a huge fan of old school Final Fantasy Tactics, beat it multiple times, Shining Force 1 and 2, all the Command and Conquers. Pretty much the classic turn-based. Now this one is interesting because it mixes turn-based with real-time. I feel like well, there's a couple of minor gripes I have with the game. I feel like it should have had a button to full pause at any moment without bringing up the select all or the power move options. Just a separate button that would freeze the game. The game does not have that. It does not really need that. It would be nice if it had it though. You can very easily beat the game and maneuver through the boards once you get the hang of it without a pause all button. So it's not a huge deal. I just really would have liked to see it in the game. I feel like it belonged in the game. Another little gripe I have, I'll get to, there's a lot of good stuff. I just have a couple of little gripes. I'm gonna get them out the way first. So when you're going through the dialogue, like 70% of the quest they'll actually speak, but then 30% they're just like, okay, yeah, and then you have to read the dialogue. To me, I found that a little annoying. Like, you really couldn't just have somebody read those parts too, but I mean, it is what it is. That wasn't a real, it's not a deal breaker for me. It's just a little gripe I have with the game. The storyline, it's enjoyable. Most of it is like this. There is not really any cinematic trailers in the game. Like, the cutscenes, they're kind of all like this, where you get a kind of like standstill picture and a narrator, which is okay. It's not done bad. I wouldn't say it's like top-notch videos, you know, whatever, but it's okay. Overall, the graphics they're good. I wouldn't say they're the best. They're definitely, like, if you look at them, you're not complaining about them. There's really no bugs in the game. I couldn't find any bugs. The game crashed on me once very early, and I started playing even before the release date on early access, and it crashed on me once in over 20 hours. And if I include the beta, I farmed that while playing Netflix, so 70 hours, one crash. Definitely good on that. Overall, I'd say the game's somewhere around 8 to 8.5. Especially as a turn-based game. It's the best turn-based game I've seen in a long time. Like, it feels like a next-gen turn-based game, not like a couple of the other ones I picked up early on when the Xbox One came out. Not even going to get into the names because none of them were close to as good as this. You get you get a bunch of different classes. I forget how many, 5 different levels of the weapons, bunch of skills, about half a dozen ultimate abilities. You're not going to be able to level everything up in one playthrough. You will actually have to do a New Game Plus in order to, like, max out gear. You can easily beat the game without maxed out gear. Now, if you're doing a hard playthrough from the start, just be prepared. Those timers, you're going to probably have to come back later and do the timer missions or objectives, because trying to do them on par for the level is really rough. Like, if you're good, you can beat the missions, but you're probably not going to hit the timer objective to get the bonus SP, which makes the next missions a little bit harder too. So, hard from the beginning is truly challenging. And they have the difficulty for everybody. Casual, like, basically everybody's going to be able to be casual. Normal, most players that are good at turn-based games are going to be able to run through normal with minimal grinding. Hard, you got to be on top of it. Like, you got to be on top of every move and dodge every power attack, because they hurt, and the enemies and the bosses have super health. But yeah, they got a difficulty for everybody. There's a lot of quests, a lot of missions. I'd probably say between the quest and the story missions, close to, if not over 100 total. It took me 20 hours solid, basically running through with almost no fails, and just completing a couple missions over to get the time objective. And that was just straight running through it. And I even skipped chapter 6 and chapter 7. I skipped some of chapter 6 and all of chapter 7, the side quest, just so I could get the new game plus what it actually gives you out today. I loaded up a previous save to show you some stuff. So the game gives you at least 15 characters. As I said, I didn't do about a dozen of the late game side quests, and I know there's one character that this save has not yet unlocked, the princess. So that's at least 15 characters. You also get 6 different like ultimate abilities that you get through killing enemies and drops from enemies. And then you can use like super power-ups that do damage, poison, delay, give you buffs like haste, defense, reduce cooldown. Now I don't have all of them upgraded. You can't upgrade them all in one playthrough. You can carry 3 items on you in any mission. You'll have to reselect them if you use them. You have the ability to swap characters after about halfway through the game, plus whatever character you put in like the swap spot. So these two can swap between each other. These two can swap between each other. Now, say I'm playing as Frederick. This is your main starting group, and now I got Frederick selected. He can actually use this character's abilities as well while I'm playing as him, and vice versa. So that's pretty cool. There are 4 classes total. You get warrior, you get lancer, you get archer, you get mage, and then you upgrade the weapons as well. In the beginning of the game, you can buy weapons. The shop will sell you slightly upgraded weapons, and then after you get to like 25% through the game, you'll start upgrading weapons here, and then you'll buy those weapons in the shop. And each weapon has its own combo of skills, so you'll try to pick the one that best fits your playstyle. The combos are pretty good. All of them seem pretty well balanced. There's a couple of OP things that I'll be sharing with you tomorrow or the next day. The best combos and best character combos. What do you want as your secondary for your warrior? What do you want as your secondary for your archer? All that good stuff. I'll have that up in the next 48 hours. Other than that, that's about it for the game. You just run around, you talk to people, do side quests, and then you do the missions. Lots of missions, I said. There's like 100 missions in the game. Like, even if you speed run through it, you're looking at 20 plus hours, most likely. And that's my review for the DioField Chronicle. If you have any questions, just ask. I'll try to get back to you when I can if they're relevant. I feel like the game overall, about an 8 to 8.5. If it wasn't for my 2 personal gripes with the game, with not having an all pause button, and the dialogue not being spoken in some of the side quests, I could give the game an 8.5, but because of my 2 personal gripes, I do give it an 8. Definitely had fun with it. I am going to do New Game Plus and have some more fun with it. Maybe start a new playthrough again on hard, because it's a little bit OP starting over with maxed out characters just to become maxed out. I mean, you do you. I kind of really enjoyed the challenge. If they were on par with my level, I'd enjoy it a lot more, but it's not that in New Game Plus. Anyway, that's my review for the DioField Chronicle. I hope that helps.